Hello, it's Grant here on the wheel, and today I'm test riding the Sinnis Terrain T380. Metal luggage is an optional extra. There's panniers and a top box. I believe it comes with the crash bars. Hopefully a skid plate would be an optional extra. Comes with a centre stand as well as a normal side stand. And it's got quite a nice TFT dash. Let's go for a spin. It's got no problem getting up to speed. The acceleration is brisk on this bike for a 400 odd cc parallel twin. I believe it has an adjustable screen. The mirrors are nice and big. I can see a lot of what's behind me. I'm in a very upright riding position as well, which you'd expect from an adventure bike. Slow speed control is surprisingly easy as well. When you're just rolling the bike around, it feels quite heavy, but when you're riding, it's got a very good balance of the weight. The gearbox is very smooth and light. It's very easy to change gear. Don't kill me, please. The Terrain 380 is a very comfortable bike, as you'd expect from an adventure bike. It is quite quick to get up to speed. The dash is really easy to read, it's very clear. Your miles per hour is obvious in the middle of the display, and it's got a gear indicator as well, which is nice for a relatively new rider. It does feel a bit like sitting on a nice big comfy sofa. It turns into corners very nicely. It feels weighted and composed and easy to ride. It handles very nicely. I think for a new rider, someone who's restricted to an A2 license, it would be a very decent option, especially if you're a fan of adventure style bikes. It looks very much like a baby BMW, which I don't think is an accident. I think it has some Timson tyres, which on this ride are perfectly grippy, and they seem to work quite nicely. What the hell is going on here? Well, I actually just used the rear brake there, which managed to be enough. There's not a lot of buffeting on my helmet. I'm 6'2". I'm quite tall, but the screen seems to do an adequate job. But it's comfortable. There's not a lot of wind noise or buffeting at highway speeds. It is quite a tall bike though, so as I said, I'm 6'2", and I can flat foot it at a bit of a stretch, so it's fine for me. I think if you were a shorter rider, you may want to look at a lowered seat if that's going to be an option. It's also got a 12 volt adapter and a USB charging port as well, which is nice to have as standard. It gives you a readout of your battery condition as well, which seems like a useful feature. There's a trip meter in the bottom of the display. It's got twin discs on the front, which give you a decent amount of stopping power. But this is basically a brand new bike, so it hasn't really been broken in completely. As you can see, I can control it quite nicely at slow speed. It is well balanced. And these are brand new tyres, and I'm quite confident to throw it into corners and around roundabouts without a problem, but you'd want to be careful if it was new. I wouldn't say I've really given it much of a chance to test the brakes out. It's got a decent amount of engine braking, so I'm being lazy and using that to slow me down. Got a good view of the road ahead of me, as you'd expect from an adventure bike. It's got Bluetooth connectivity. I think that's only for receiving calls though. I don't know if you can listen to music or anything through that. Select. What can we select? Oh, that's the colour of the bike. Mode. MPG. Dash shows you your engine temperature and your fuel gauge. It's got a trip meter. It's got a gear indicator. It's got your speedo. It's got your rev meter around the outside. The rear brake is decent, as you'll see from the footage of today with people doing crazy stuff on dual carriageways. I'm not too sure what's going to be happening with aftermarket parts. There's definitely going to be a Toro exhaust coming in a single and twin exit option, which I think would be a nice addition. The engine doesn't sound bad with this stock system actually. The switch key is nice and easy to get to. Riding position is nice and neutral. Suspension I didn't really speak about. It's not caused me any issues on this ride. I think it's quite nicely set up. I think I weigh about 12 stone. Might just do my little DL 1050 wibble around the car park. It's remarkably easy to manoeuvre at slow speed. 294 mpg. That's pretty impressive. Is that for the tank? So it's got your mpg, your average mpg, your average speed, and your maximum speed. Pedal discs on the front. And it's got radial calipers. So it's a 110 80 19 on the front, a 140 70 17 on the back. And it's got the old stylish splash guard on the rear wheel, which is a given on bikes these days. I think it's a nice bike to ride. There's a forklift. This is on the wheel. I've been Grant. Good luck with that, Dean. Thank you.